Madison County Schools' Facebook post has recently drawn criticism from commenters and the community at large. The post listed what the district says are the risk factors for chronic absenteeism, including homelessness.
WKYT's Jessica Umbro talked with a housing advocate about that post and what can be learned from it.
When we have students in our schools who wonder where they're going to sleep at night, it's us. We have failed as a county to provide for those students.
Michael Harrington of the Madison County Tenants Union says more needs to be done to provide for Madison County students. A post made by the school district's Facebook page said missing school for any reason, excused or unexcused, puts students at risk and included reasons such as illness and homelessness. He says the post and the community's response is putting a spotlight on the topic.
It's not just an issue that's impacting students in the schools that are based in Richmond and Berea. It's also students that live out in the county in Bybee and Waco and Buggytown.
The post ended up getting comments from many concerned parents, community members, and those not even from the area. One comment read, quote, "This is completely tone deaf, and excused absences are quite a bit different than unexcused."
After just about 24 hours, Madison County Schools modified that Facebook post to no longer include specific risk factors for chronic absenteeism. And shortly after that, they provided WKYT with a statement about the post.
The statement read in part, quote, "The information shared was not intended to be upsetting to anyone. It was meant to remind parents that absence from school puts students at risk of falling behind, and they encourage parents to make their children attending school a priority." Harrington says the renewed conversation about housing can bring awareness to the needs of Madison County students and the work members of the community are already doing to help.
We have a role to play in addressing the eviction and shelter crisis that we're facing. And there's great folks doing that work day in and day out, many of them teachers in the Madison County school system.
In Madison County, Jessica Umbro, WKYT.
Well, that post has now been modified to no longer include specific risk factors for chronic absenteeism. The result of the post is still up on the Madison County Schools Facebook page.